Hi there guys, how you all doing? I just got another DVD update to go through. But before I get on with the update, I just have a quick shout out to mention to a fellow YouTube user from the UK, who goes by the name of Dawn's Brother 68. And he's got a great collection of old retro VHS tapes. But what's great about it is he collects the video nasties. But he's had his collection of nasties since way back during the 80s, early 80s, when the whole list was being compiled. So it's really cool that he's kept hold of his collection for all these years, and now we started to show them off for us in videos. So I'll leave the link below for you guys to check out. Definitely give him a look. That's Dawn's Brother 68. Righty. On with the update then, which is a bit of a mixed bag. Mostly horror, exploitation of course. And we'll start with one that I showed briefly in my previous video, where I did a bit of an unpackaging of it. And that was the shameless release of The Beast in Space from 1980. Bit of Italian sleaze. Really enjoy sci-fi based horror films. But this one's, you know, it's been made purely for titillation, really. You know, it's a lot of softcore erotica in this, and it's actually the longest softcore version of the film. So well done, Shameless. There is a hardcore version of this out there, but it's only available in Germany. But I don't think Shameless would have released that, because to release hardcore porn stuff, you can only get it from sex shops, and that would limit the sales, of course. But anyway, we've got the longest softcore version of the film, so that's alright. Other special features on there, we get alternate scene comparisons and some trailers. So it's in Italian with English subtitles, and the whole thing's been remastered, so not a bad release. You know, it's not the type of thing I'm going to pay a fortune for, so I picked it up used for a decent price off for eBay. So that's The Beast in Space. Next up, more Italian horror. We have The House of Exorcism from 1974, but this was originally released in 71, where it was released as Lisa and the Devil, and it's directed by Mario Bava. But that version didn't make too much money at the box office, so after the success of The Exorcist in 73, it was re-edited with alternate footage put in, and it was passed off as an Exorcist rip-off in 1974, and it did make a bit of money, so yeah, it looks interesting. No, I got it because it's a possession film. I like possession films, but apparently it's not meant to be the best of movies, but you know, I'm prepared for that. I just want to see how it goes. You can't get this version in the UK, I don't believe, so I got it cheap off eBay. So that's The House of Exorcism. Right, next up, British sci-fi horror is Xtro from 1983, one I haven't seen for years. I've only seen it once. I think it was when I was a kid, when I was about 10, I think. And yeah, finally got it in collection. And yeah, this one often gets mistaken for a video nasty, but it was never actually on the list. The police did seize this film from various video shops up in North England by mistake, I believe. But yeah, it's never on the nasties list. But it's one I needed for the collection anyway. I've been wanting to see it again for a while. And it's not a bad release. It's on the UK label, Film 2000. You get a featurette, a couple of alternate endings, an extra scene. But apparently the picture quality wasn't too good on this one. But I popped it in the player to give it a go, and it's not too bad at all. You know, I don't know what the fuss is about. The picture quality is fine on this one. So yeah, not a bad release. Quite happy with it. Only £2. So I was really happy to find this one in the used store. So that's Xtro. There are a couple of sequels to this, but I don't think I'll bother with those. Apparently they're not very good. But if I can find it for cheap, I'll give them a go. So that's Xtro. Righty, moving on. We have one that is a video nasty. It's The Fight for Your Life from 1977. Still yet to get a UK release. It's not really a horror film, it's a home invasion film, where these escaped convicts take this black pastor and his wife hostage, and his family hostage, and I believe they rape the daughter. So it's not very violent, but it's not a very pleasant film apparently. It's got a lot of harsh racist language, which doesn't bother me too much. You know, I don't get too overly sensitive when it comes to racism in films. But yeah, it's what I needed for collection, and you can't get this in the UK either. I believe another UK user got this one, Sweeters. He picked this one up recently. He got the hard box release, which I wanted to get as well, but the site I wanted to buy it from was charging too much for postage and packaging for us, so I left that. I've got this Blue Underground release instead. It's got a commentary on there and it's uncut. So, That's Fight for Your Life. Next up, we have a film from 1989 called Society, which was directed by Brian Usna. Yeah. And of course, I've never seen the film, but I've seen its artwork around, and it's, yes. If that is what I think it is, I'm looking forward to that scene. I think all the best stuff, well, all the notorious stuff happens towards the end. Meant to be quite gross. I think it's about aliens living amongst us in society, but I've never actually seen this one. The DVD's been out of print for a while, so I found this one for £5 in the CEX, which is a used store, so happy to find it. Finally going to satisfy curiosity, because I've always wanted to see it. So that's Society, on the UK Tartan DVD label, no special features, but it's uncut. Yeah. Righty, next up are a couple of films that I needed to complete the August Underground trilogy. You get Mordum and Penance. Yeah, I picked up the first one a few weeks back, and I thought it was very well made. Definitely had shock value, especially this one, Mordum. People would often ask me, what's the sickest film you've ever seen? And I could never give them a definitive answer, but now I can. It's definitely Mordum, the sickest film I've ever seen. Penance, also quite a sick film. The gore effects are really good. Toe done a really good job on those. This one's got a bit more character development. This one's just depraved. So yeah, no chance of these getting a UK release, so you're best off importing these if you're in the UK. So that's August Underground's Mordum and Penance. Films that aren't for everyone, but if you're after films with shock value, they deliver. Alrighty. Next up, we have another one from my Asia Extreme collection, and that's The Wig, which is a Korean film from 2006, I believe. And I like the look of this one, actually. It's about this woman here who's she's receiving treatment for her cancer, and she loses her hair, and she gets herself a wig, and the wig is possessed with the soul of this dead girl. And whenever she puts on the wig, it provokes her to do some unsavory things, murder and stuff. So looks pretty good. I'm very pleased to have found this, actually, because this is one of the ones that's harder to find on the Asia Extreme label in the UK. Finding it for a decent price is quite tricky, but I was happy to find it for only £3. So I was very pleased with that. No special features though. No, it was one of the later Asia Extreme releases, so they didn't stack their releases with any features. Anyway, finally found it. That's The Wig, from 2006. Next up, we have a recent film called Seconds Apart, which is one of the After Dark originals. This is my second one of those. The other one I got was Husk, which was okay. This one looks alright as well. It's about a couple of twins with telekinesis powers who start to murder their fellow students. So it was good fun. Surprisingly cheap in the used store I go to, CEX, because it's still a fairly new release, only £3. So that's Seconds Apart from 2010. Next up, we have a Halloween-themed film called Boo from 2005, or I think it's 2005. It's been out a while, but I've always passed on it. But I was looking for Halloween-themed films, obviously Halloween coming up, so this is only £2. It's all set in an abandoned hospital, which always makes for a creepy setting. So it should be pretty good. Got some decent special features on there as well. So that's Boo. Definitely be giving this a watch over to Halloween. Alright. And the next two are a couple of films, Reeker and Reeker 2. Found these going for a good price, only £1.50 each, £3 for the pair. And yeah, I've always been aware of these films, but I've never really been too intrigued by them. But like I said, found them for cheap. Give them a go. Why not? They seem to get pretty good reviews. Well, the first one has. The part 2, that came out only a couple of years back. The first one was from 2005. This one's from 2008. But yeah, I haven't seen these yet. But look alright. So that's Reeker 1 and 2. And the last one for this update is Mimic 3, The Sentinel. So I've completed my Mimic trilogy now. The first one was really good. I'm looking forward to the director's cut coming out. Second one was, well, the second one was pointless really, it wasn't that good, so I'm not expecting too much for the third one. But like I said, I wanted to get it to complete the trilogy, only £1.50, so why not give it a go. Low budget stuff, but it's actually got some special features here, behind the scenes featurette, commentary and cast audition, which will probably end up being more interesting than the film itself. But anyway, that's Mimic 3. And that's it for this update, guys. So, thanks for watching as always. Thanks for the comments, for the subscriptions. Take care and enjoy the rest of the week. Bye, guys.